Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. Radiant team ban.
Alright. Alright. Doing it. Let's do it. Higher, M19.
Dire team pick.
Clockwork!
So I'll mute myself again.
Radiant team pick.
I unmuted, I don't know, man. Discord is weird. But Discord to unmute myself, but it doesn't activate. But it activates on my streaming. Triggering. But either way, game is coming. Empire versus M19. Clockwork first pick from the side of Empire. And actually, for the first time, we don't have like all of the support heroes being banned out. The Nyx is still in the pool. The Sand King is still in the pool. Instead, we have the Puck, the Venno being removed by M19. As well, they saw the last game. They don't want to have that like early Puck pick leading into a Drow strat or whatever from Team Empire. They don't want to be in that situation. They don't want to be in that game. And who can blame them?
Yeah, you never want to play against the Drow, especially we already saw what Empire are capable of with that hero. Even Chappie was more of a buff giver. Managed to get out quite nicely, yet M19, are they still a...
Sand King.
Radiant team pick.
This. Wow, so...
Oh.
Whoa. Yeah, M19, who would have guessed, though?
Do they actually have to... They still have to do the playoffs, though,
5
right?
seconds remaining.
I think that the first place gets an invite there, and...
Reserve time.
For the... from second to fifth place, it's the phase 2, so it's a playoff. I'm not sure. No. Top...
And then they still have to do a playoff, right? That's how they normally do it, at least. But then I believe you can, like, the number 1 team can like choose which of the other teams they want to face against first, and then the second team will be placed against whatever rest team is, kind of like something like that. It's kind of weird.
Reserve time.
Either way, Team Empire. What else do they pick? Sand King plus Queen of Pain gets picked up by M19. Queen of Pain actually here that we've seen it being banned out a couple of times, but we have not seen it be picked. We saw it once against the DK earlier today, but
yep,
that's about it.
Dragon Knight.
Oh, and the speaking about
Radiant
the DK. It was actually Nyx who played the DK as well, so it's like they're switching roles. So I like it. I mean, first of all, DK versus Queen of Pain. Like once you get past the first couple of levels, DK is just an automatic. Like it's just an autopilot here in the mid lane. You can farm. You can be against the Queen of Pain, and you secure yourself a tanky hero first of all, who can frontline against the Sand King, so you don't have to worry too much about being jumped by an epicenter or whatnot, and you can push. So you have a couple of the like. I want to have this, and this drafting issues completed already. You have a pusher, you have a frontliner, and you have a good matchup in the mid lane. So, like, why would you not pick the DK when you can get all of those things completed by just picking it?
Radiant team ban.
That info. Yeah, well, I mean, I think most of the old queen, the last Queen of Pain we saw was maybe the build we agreed on, right? So maybe he can do a better job with that. Maybe he can surprise us a little bit more. Nature's Prophet gets removed, and the Chen gets removed as well. We've seen one Chen earlier today, and well, that was actually a no fear Chen. They lost, but it actually did a lot of work, and that was also against M19, right? So I guess they just don't want to be in that situation anymore. They don't want to be split pushed. That's why they also banned the Nature's Prophet, and I guess if you pick Nature's Prophet, that could also, like the puck, be a setup for a Drow strat, because you have DK mid, a Drow
10
hero, well,
seconds
at least when you use
remaining.
the ultimate, of course. Nature's Prophet off lane, and then you could go for the Chappie safe lane Drow once again if you were to
Dire
secure
team
these kind of heroes. So we'll see if Empire wants to go down that road. I mean, DK plus Drow as a dual core is not the worst thing in the world. The issue is with Drow right now is that it's a very easy hero to kill for a lot of these cores on the side of
Radiant
M19.
team
Nyx Assassin gets picked up from Empire. Not really any reason not to do that. It does mean that you either have Clock on Nyx offlane, which is not necessarily the strongest laners in the world, but the Nyx is just so much value in this game. Like, it's very easy to get a
10
carapace stun on the
remaining.
Sanking. Good against the Sanking as well. It's amazing at
5
doing damage and
seconds
setting
remaining.
up on the Quap. And well, you know, just one stun is enough to set up for another stun with a Dragon Tail
Reserve
stun. Good at
time.
solo killing the Ancient Aberration if you ever get to that point as well. So
Yeah,
just a
that's a
nice
pretty
pick.
neat pick. The question is who's going to be offlane, Nyx or Clockwork. I would probably say Clock, maybe because you got a little bit more survivability, yet roaming potential for Clock. But you got a DK. You got a DK and you're playing against Queen of Pain. So
I don't know. I kind of feel like whoever can lane the best in the offlane, honestly, because the way I see it is both of these heroes they can kind of get similar amounts of farm whether they're offlane or not. Because it's not like as an offlaner they're like intensive farming heroes. They might get a Midas or something like that, but that's about it. So it depends on who can get the better offlane experience. Most likely will be the Clockwork, considering it's an AA lane. So if it's like, you know, Sanking A and some kind of stun hero or slow hero, then the next assassin would struggle if they were to try it in him. Or it could
Dire
also be a
team
Faceless
pick.
Void.
a pretty good setup. Yep. This is what
Radiant
Arc Warden
team
for
ban.
Team Empire. That's an interesting pickup. We saw it being banned out before against when they wanted to play Drow, as far as I remember. So probably there was a reason to be afraid of that
10
hero.
seconds remaining.
Oh boy. Is,
I mean-
is this actually happening? Well, I mean,
5
the
seconds
thing is,
remaining.
Aquawarden is a Chappie hero. It's like Chappie plays all of those annoying
Reserve
heroes that
time.
everyone hates. He's a Meepo player, he's an Aquawarden player, he's a Huskar player. You know, he has, like, you have a list of all the heroes you hate in a safe lane player, and like he just checks everything off, right? So in a situation like this where this could very
10
easily be
seconds
this is a very important game for Team Empire.
Dire team ban.
Mostly just because you kind of want to beat M19. Like Empire, they've had a little bit of a tough group stage, and they were like the favorites going to the group stage as well. And M19, they have yet to drop one single game, so they know that
10
you might as well
seconds
cheese them
remaining.
in the group stage.
Yeah.
You might as well just try something fancy, try
5
something
seconds
unexpected,
remaining.
something you might not do that often in your normal drafts. And if it works, great. If it doesn't
Reserve
work,
time.
it probably doesn't matter that much because every other team lost to Empire. Every other team lost to M19 anyways. So I don't think that's the deciding factor for Empire. I think they have enough wins that they can at least get to the
Dire
playoff
team
stage.
pick.
Or do they? Do they? Yeah, they should have. Show them the place. You might have beaten everyone,
10
but
seconds
we will
remaining.
beat you.
5 seconds remaining.
Shadow Shaman.
Radiant team
Holy
pick.
moly. Well,
Zeus.
Yellow Shaman, huh? Alright, so I mean M19 they M19 is lending the like we want to do something weird and then they do the same. Let's see, San ILTW plays the Void, so it's an offlane Quap. Funny play. Well, why does he always play these weird heroes? He played Doom the other game and now he plays Queen of Pain. Like well, I guess if you just
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Actually, if anything, I would maybe rather just have the Void in a one-on-one lane, and then have the Crop A and Sanking tri lane, because that is an insane amount of... Yeah, LTW plays the Crop, so they swapped around. It's funny playing the Faceless Void. That's probably a bit more normal, because Void is like an old-school offlane hero anyways, so most offlane players, they're used to playing it, so it makes a little bit more sense. Plus... Either way, I still kind of hope they go for the tri-lane with the Queen of Pain in the tri-lane, because like Chilling Touch with Queen of Pain A and the Sanking Borrow Strike, that's a kill on someone for sure.
It doesn't matter if it is a Clockwork or Nyx. They will burst him down without any kind of an issues. But laning seems weird, but maybe it will work out. I mean, who are we to judge? They are probably going to TI and we're not. So
Are you not? Are you saying it's too late to win some qualifiers? Oh wait.
Oh wait. Okay, here comes the predictions.
Smoke gang kills at game's end.
Prepare
5,
for battle.
8. It's quite of an active smoke usage, and probably they would love to
9
do that.
12. I mean it's smoke kills, so like you can like make one smoke gang
kills.
and then kill like 3 people, right?
So 9-12 would be pretty neat. Last player to be killed.
Last player to be killed. So
That's
who's like the one calling the GG after he dies? That's the question. So we assume who wins? We assume that M19 goes undefeated, and then the tilt boy on the side of Empire. Let's go with Chappie.
Chappie, yeah, that may be the last chance, because
Play with
this hero can actually do.
10 minutes.
Who is in the mid lane? I would no.
Queen of Pain.
Yeah.
Actually, it's not mid lane Queen of Pain though, is it? So...
Yeah.
30
But it's a
seconds
safe
to
lane
battle.
one, and on mid lane probably there will be plenty of action. There is Zeus
Yeah, let's
from
go
one
for the
side.
Queen of Pain.
Okay.
Total
I
number
click
of
the LTV.
length daggers purchased by 25.
Sanking. Void not sure about this one.
Sand King, and we have
0-2. There's not that much blink builders, to be honest.
here too. Like if anything, it's like both the DK and potentially like the Nyx would get a blink, but that's it's safer to just assume
The
it's
battle
0-2, I guess.
begins.
Yeah, okay, so last time we failed pretty hard and managed to
Everything.
get only one. No, we got one.
Oh, we got one. We're getting for this one. We're getting for. I have faith. LTW, he needs to not mess up that lasted. What's it called? The net worth thing, and then we're Gucci. So at 10 minutes, we will report him if he fails it for us, and then we move on. Either way, let's get on with it. We can see the last hit going on. The Zeus is going to be playing up against the DK in the mid lane. Despite the Zeus having a lot of burst damage, it's probably still a fine lane for the DK. I don't think it really matters either way. It's a lot of burst damage though, so maybe it can go one way or the other. In the bottom lane, it is going to be Funnick on the Queen of Pain versus Ghostix Clockwork. So they do have that one-on-one matchup you were talking about with the Queen of Pain, and they have the Trident top. At least dual lane for now. Sanky maybe a little bit in trouble. He will be picked off as Roger does set up for a nice kill. Now LTW is going to be a little bit in danger as he takes so much damage. Gets a very nice town walk off, securing a lot of health being a regen. But this is kind of why I was like, if you have the Queen of Pain and, well, I guess the issue was that the A was not at the beginning, but either way, if you had the Queen of Pain here rather than the Void, I feel like you do more than if you have the Void here.
Yeah, probably. Queen of Pain is much more of an aggressive hero, yet ILTV got chance of surviving while blinking away. Oh, he still got a time walk, yet there is no follow-up by Nyx. Nyx was pulling, so Void is kind of safe here. Ghostix pushing away Funnick. Funnick is almost out of mana, yet he got great at sticks. And on mid lane, things are going quite even, yet FN is out leveling.
Well, at least once you are out of mana, you don't have to worry about being mana drained then. And I mean, the only thing that the Queen of Pain really needs in this lane is just having enough stick charges to secure one blink, because then you always know you can get away, right? But if you ever get drained and you don't have enough stick charges to secure one blink being available, then you can get a little bit in trouble. So we'll see. Chappie trying to maybe go a little bit aggressive here on the Void. Nah, he's just trying to get his last hits. The Shadow Shaman is regening mana. The Nyx Assassin just doing his own thing. They're trying to pull, secure a little bit of farm here in the camp as well. So everyone is just hitting creeps, doing their own thing, enjoying life. The DK is ahead in the mid lane, and well, that's thanks to the Quelling Blade. Even though you are Zeus, even though you can Arc Lightning, you can only Arc Lightning spam so much, and the DK can just, well, last hit with Quelling Blade, right?
Yep, FTK is doing more than fine. What's more important...
And he's clicking him in the face, man. Clicking him in the face.
I mean, with Zeus, probably you won't be able to burst down FN that easily. You also gotta stick. Oh, on top lane, here comes initiation on Misha, being bursted down, running away. He's surviving. No, here comes Miposhka and Roger.
Okay, well,
One-on-one.
so far, Murrow tries to go for the
Miposhka
ice pass
greed.
on the shadows. Is it good though?
What a bloodbath! Double kill for
why
ILTV.
ILTW is memeing him. He doesn't even like. You don't even have to wait for the last hit. That doesn't even matter if the creeps hit him. But oh well, you know, he wanted it. He wanted to just finish him. But
Here
2
comes
for
the
2.
delivery. And maybe it's time for Shadow Shaman to rotate on the mid lane. Yet he's dedicated player. He's moving to protect Chappie, and that's the problem I wanted to mention. Oh, Roger, getting punches in the face.
See the face is what 2 points in stun as well, and they're trying to go on the tanking, but they're going on 2 different people. Roger's going to be a little bit in danger. They do have the time walk available. He's not going to be able to use it right now. The tanking does get bursted down in the end, and Chappie's going to take a couple of reckless to the face. LTW, ooh, nice little bash there, doing a lot of damage, but well, the Void may not be able to die, but everyone else sure can. He has 10 stick charges available as well, not even using his time walk. Maybe he should have used a time walk there just for the, you know, efficiency, but I guess right now he doesn't really. They take away the laning ward that was testing the lane, and now there's going to be some small rotations. Runes being picked up by the Shadow Shaman. He's level 3 right now. Mid lane, the DK is owning 32 last hits versus the 21, and the thing is, once the Zeus runs out of mana, there's no way you can even contest the last hits, and the DK, he has 12 stick charges, he has loads of regions, so this is just the Zeus having a tough time.
Comes the initiation on Miposhka. He got a Borrow Strike, and
boy.
Misha clawing him down. That's a bloodbath going on the top lane, I must admit. Yet mid lane is completely safe, and I thought that the problem is that Outwarden is that kind of a hero who needs a lot of protection in the beginning of a game. Yet, as we already saw, FN owned next on mid lane. Oh, here comes the trades. Yet still not level 6. Yet Misha's keep on chasing FN.
Alright,
oh, Borrow Strike level 1.
Just leave the Ice Code Man alone. Why does everyone abuse the Ice Code Man? Like, what's people's problem with this guy? Like, it's every game is like, oh, it's like, no matter what, the Ice Code Man is just the one getting killed. But I guess it's an AA. He doesn't need anything. Doesn't need boots, doesn't need levels, doesn't need to live. Just an AA.
Just
an AA.
life, basically.
Just an Ice Code Man walking around. Alright, mid lane we have the DK popping his ultimate, trying to do a little bit of chip damage slowly and surely. And he gets thrown down. We have Misha going for the Burrow Strike. They are going to be able to do a lot of damage here, and they should be able to get the kill. Slowly and surely, waiting for it, and bam! Lightning bolt right in the face.
Well,
right
in this
the
time they should kill ILTV. There is no support yet. Shadow Shaman then. Well, that they're going in. Here comes the Dawn. Shackles. No Hex, they will try to burst him down, yet he is time walking away. That's the problem. It's so much easier to kill Chappie than the
and he actually only has the 1 point of shackle, but I guess in most cases it's safer to go for the max Ether Shock, just because like you can always rely on the damage, but you cannot always rely on the shackles because you can get stunned, right? So it's maybe a little bit. It could in this situation the shackles would have been better, but in most cases you might as well just like you want to be safe. You want to make sure you get at least something in the fight done. And if you go for like what's it called 4 levels in shackles by level 7, and then you get stunned straight after using shackle, then you're actually the saddest person in the world, right?
Yeah, I mean there are some dedicated players on Shadow Shaman. I was this dedicated player who was killing Hex and Shackles, and I mean, let's take a look. So there is a Quap with Sonic Wave, there is Zeus, there is Void, there is Ice Cold Man, and Sanking, and you'll be like, will I be able to cast off the 5 seconds of Shackles?
The answer is no.
And the answer is no, so going, as you already mentioned, going for Shock is much more reliable, and they are stacking Ancients, who is going to be a lucky man to take them. And there's the rotation from the
EK?
But he's kind of a man.
Oh no, I know.
Radiant's
The
middle
Shadow
tower
Shaman
is under
is going to
attack.
get level 6, and then he's going
Radiant
to put Massive and
structures
Wards on the
are
Ancients. Bam. Miposhka will farm. Nah,
Well,
it's probably
actually,
going to be the DK. Once he gets his AoE breath damage thing, then I guess he can see functions pretty nicely. And oh, not again.
Man.
I've seen this movie already. I've seen it before. FN, this is not how you want to die. And let's see, he's still alive, This time around, they're turning around. Ghostic is going to be able to move around. Misha gets shot in the face with a dragon tail, and he's going to be taken down. Very nice rotation from Ghostic, making sure that Empire does not lose their mid laner this time around. They're going to do a little bit of damage. Chappie sending his Tempest double into the mid lane as well to do the dirty work without him even having to leave the lane. And this time, they are the ones laughing. They're the ones getting the kills. DK still the most farmed here in the game. Level 8 right now. The Queen of Pain having a pretty decent time in the safe lane. Not really being contested to all that much. He's having an okay time. Level 7. Clockwork is level 6. Has the hook shot available. Does he try to go for the hook shot here? Oh, he's thinking about it, but decides not to. He doesn't. He knows that even if he gets it off, it is very, very likely that it will be at the cost of his death.
So what's the plan for Empire now? We got funny.
DK focuses all, goes to the Dragon Tail stun. They want to combo the stuns. One more stun came out. They got the pushback. Is it enough? Funny will be taken down. Did not have his bling available. Still on cooldown. So that is a dead Queen of Pain.
That was unfortunate rotation from Funny.
And this
He still got a Sonic wave up. I mean, the way Empire actually turned loss to kills was very beneficial for them, and even though in the beginning the advantage was on side from M19, now things are getting much better.
Yeah, it's they're turning it around. They're getting a lot of kills for the DK. And every single time you make these like heavy rotations on both sides, the Arc Warden gets closer to his Midas, gets a little bit of free space, and if there's anyone on the map who is going to value the most of AFK farming, it's probably going to be the Arc Warden. So, you know, I'm sure Empire can be very happy with how things are going at the moment, but Mishka may not be happy for long. Because, okay.
They committed quite a lot.
That was greedy, Nyx. Just, you know, popping that last hit to get the Shadow Shaman kill. Now Nyx is going to be punished for it. That is going to be Ghostic saying, you don't get to style over my support like that.
Oh,
the
Sonic, no! Well, God bless. Here comes the Sonic wave, but no follow up. The Aquadan Legion fell down. Sonic. Oh my God. God bless. There was no DK ult, or else it could have resulted in Phoenix death.
That was a whoops. That was a whoops. You gotta make one whoops in the game, right? You gotta make one whoops.
I'm not sure if they would have been able to burst down anyone anyway, to be honest.
Yeah, I think that Sonic wave was just a panic Sonic wave. It's like, I'm not gonna go down without using my ult. I will use my ult. And then it's like, oh, I'm alive. Never mind.
Oh, well, oh. Yep, they won't burst him down. They're just like, hi, how you doing? Yeah, bye.
Passing by each other. It's like, I can't kill you, you can't kill me. Goodbye.
Let's pretend that we didn't see each other.
Let's be buddies.
Right. So there is something evil being planned in the bottom lane. Meanwhile, on the top lane, here comes the Choppy Death. He's going to be a death of him. He's trying to run away. Roger bursting down. Phonic is dead. Now, Misha, he got a strike. Not enough mana even with the magic stick. Yeah, well, Roger is not that kind of a killer though.
Well, Chappie got killed just before he got his Midas recipe purchase. I actually think he had enough gold to buy it, but he didn't actually get it off. In the meantime, in the mid lane, we have a fight brewing up as well. The Aegis taking down first by Ghostic, and he gets a double kill, bringing down Nyx as well. This is crazy. This Ghostic Clockwork is doing so much work in this early game. And, you know, he was the one-on-one matchup against Phoenix, Queen of Pain, and despite maybe not having the best lane, not having the most last hits, he's 3-0 and 3, doing so much work on this goddamn Clockwork. He's very tanky as well, with range drops 1 and the treads being available, so he's having a good time. He's having a good time. The T1 tower gets taken down in the mid lane, and what else are we looking for? The Midas finally completed by Arc Warden?
Oh, Fadik going on F, and do you really want to mess with him though? There is no Ice Blast, and that's a huge issue for M19. Their synergy seems like amazing, you know, it's some kind of a club strat being like, okay, we gotta like Chrono or Black Hole, and then we get like tons of spells into it, and then we finish it up with the Ice Blast. Yeah, but it's not really working when you don't have an Ice Blast, and there is huge issues with the XP for poor Ice Convent. He's running with 0-3. Beats time to down more towers. Miposhka tries to get his level 6. Oh,
Roger
fun.
tries to go for the problem. They might be able to do some work. Oh, the spike carpets came off as well. They should be able to do enough damage. Do they have enough damage? Let's see. He's keeping himself alive, but no, he gets hit. One more couple of hits. That's going to be enough. And now the next assassin gets taken down by the FN, or the Phonic, sorry. Initiation. The Sonic Wave is like, you don't bring down my brother without dying. Now Shabby moves in, makes sure that there's nothing fancy happening here around Roshan, but we do have the Kofi coming out, and here comes the mixed damage. He does have his ultimate available. He needs to use the burst before dying. He tries to use his ultimate, but he just can't. I can't use my spells. Ghost Big, leave me alone.
One-man army!
Surviving.
Oh god.
And, well, that's 2 dead on the side of Vampire. Both Cappy as well as Ghost Big losing their lives in that fight.
That's actually surprising that Nyx managed to survive that, yet finally level 6 secured an ancient operation. Wow, Muriel can't even believe his eyes. He's like, oh my, I can use the big button now. And now with all the big buttons up on M19,
I bet he's like spamming. I bet he's like spamming Ice Blast ready, Ice Blast ready. He's like so happy now.
There is no Epicenter up on Senking, yet he TP'd on the bottom to defend the tower yet.
Alright, Misha maybe a little bit greedy, you know, playing with fire down here. They really want to go for that initiation on, but they don't have any way to jump him. We do have the servant wars doing the Molotov. Ice Blast gets shot down to the bottom lane. Not actually enough to kill anyone. They don't have the Sonic Wave available right now either. And let's see.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
Misha.
Oh, Misha, run!
Misha doesn't care. Misha. Oh, on the cross.
Oh, right on the edge.
That's the tip. That's the tip right there. And FN, oh, he tries to turn onto Misha, tried to get some kill in return, but that is not going to be happening. They get a couple of the ward from as well. They did lose the tower. Did they get to the 9? No, they did not. So, a tower for 2 kills, and the DK being the most found here in the game, that is a very sad person to lose. So, very nicely done there from the side of M19. That means they're going to turn around that networthy that Empire had built themselves upon a little bit around. The Chappy Arc Warden is going to try and go for his Lils from on top of that Midas. We have the Dragon Knight with his Hood of Defiance and a Sanji moving into the Sanjin Yasha, so trying to be as tanky as possible, as early as possible. Having a Hood of Defiance though on every core is always a valuable thing when you're playing against Zeus. Like, Zeus is always the one here that makes you want to have a Hood on everyone. Like, no one should not have a Hood.
Yeah, and later it will transform into BKB, and probably that's where the issues for M19 will start. They need to snowball before Empire will be able to get their BKBs. Yet there is a pure damage from the side of Phonic, yet it is an offlane co-op, so he's not having that much damage, obviously. He's also going for Orchid. Who is going to be the Orchid target here?
Orchid. Well, I mean, using Orchid on like someone like the Shadow Shaman, the Nyx Assassin is all very useful, but in most cases they will get their like spike carapace off and whatnot before you use the Orchid. And apart from that, I guess before the BKB, it makes it much easier to burst the DK. You just Orchid him and then use everything on him, and then at least the Orchid like Hawk will also do like maybe like 300-400 burst damage, so not bad. I kind of like the defensive build on the Queen of Pain a little bit more than the Orchid Rush. Like you go for treads, you go for something like either a Veil or a Lincoln Sphere Rush, and then you go for like your first damage.
Area? Oh, maybe that was the regrets. Oh, Bounty Run. Why not, Miposhka? Go for it. Yep. That's obviously.
Top lane, we have something. Okay. Roger just going for the blind 2-man and kill, not even carry. He's like, I know where you are. I don't need to see you. And now we have the Sunway coming out. The burst coming out from Nyx. He didn't even get to react. He didn't have the spike carapace available. Now we have the Dragonfell stun coming in. Nyx is going to be jumped on. Nice hook from Ghost Big setting up, and Nyx is going to be taken out. But the Ice Blast right in the face of FN. That is a dead Dragon Knight. And now Phonic, is he going to be the cleanup crew? Maybe Ghost Big was a little bit too hard to kill. He's going to try and chase him down a little bit, at least burn him down. And we see Misha from the tree line going in with the starter point saying, you don't get to taunt me like that. Not like this. Not like this.
Finally, actually, it's an epic comeback from Misha. Wow, this guy got probably some issues with getting into the airport, you know. Some kind of
crazy, man.
Yeah, he's actually quite crazy.
Like he sees like 4 people in front of him pushing a tower. He's like, I'm gonna go back and forward. I'm gonna go back and forward.
And actually, it works, you know. He was like just confusing. He was just like confusing Roger. And when you're playing as an Nyx assassin and Bale is not a targeted stun, you're being like, what? You know, it's like when you're playing against the Sunstrike or against the Boko, or you're playing against Fudge. You just sometimes you need to be retarded to survive. That's the point which we learned long time ago.
Big word. Oh, Misha, man. You're just aiming him like... How
No,
dare
but
you?
Actually, there is a Mask of Madness on Faceless Void, and now he's going for Maelstrom. Mostly we see some kind of a greedy Voids with Link and Sphere, but now there is an additional
I like
damage.
the Mask of Madness into Maelstrom because I feel like once you have the Maelstrom, your damage output is actually the same with the Mask of Madness. Just look at the damage you do. Like, this is a tanky hero, this is a hero with a lot of armor, but just because you hit so fast, you get to make advances off and do a lot of damage. Now we see the next assassin, also coming out from Phonic, and that is another one dropping down Empire. They lose 2 heroes. Now let's see, they're going for the third one with Pashke. He's not going to be able to hide himself in the tree line, as he will be taken down as well. He gets a Hex off before dying, but that will not help him in his road to survival. They will lose a T1 tower afterwards, and well, is created for the AFK farm god on Chappie, but that's pretty much the only thing you can speak for in terms of what went not so wrong there for Empire.
There's going to be a second hood available on Nix Assassin, and we saw what happened to the Dragon Knight in the Chronosphere. That was savage. Yet he's going for a Sunjin Yasha. Question is, there be a BKB after that? Yet meanwhile, Ghostic, Phonic jumps away. Well, no chance.
Well, they knew they had vision. They understood that the Clockwork was looking for something. Ice Blast got shut out, so no sneaky kill there. The next assassin is still roaming around though, but they might. Oh, they will see him. They will see him. This is terrible. Oh, he just passes by the other way and they don't care. That's like the second thing that can happen.
Yeah, you know what? But after all these fights and hate on the DK, we completely forgot from the side of Empire, they're still champion the game, and he finished his Maelstrom going for Shadow Blade.
That's a classic Aqua though. Your whole team is losing, but you're farming, and eventually you will carry.
You're winning. Yeah, eventually you will be winning. But mostly with Dragon Knight and
think about the Ice Cone, man. Late game when you have like a Shadow Blade, Maelstrom, Orchid, Illusion running around.
That's a sad.
That's a sad Ice Cone, man. Like,
yeah,
like he has boots. He has boots.
Ground
nothing
boots.
to help him. Ground boots.
Well, he's on the
700
bottom.
HP.
He's playing against Nyx Assassin, also against
another hero that can kill him, and that's a support Nyx Assassin that can solo him. That's like this.
Misha, please.
They try. Oh,
Carapace still up. Carapace.
They get it off. Ah, he's greedy. Roger. Oh, Roger.
Time to pay.
Roger.
Time to pay for this, Misha. Photo strike almost up. One of them will be dead. And it's going to the right.
Misha not carrying. The Ultra Cannon call. That is going to be a dead. Nyx Assassin. They might try to go for something else. They will probably use the lightning bolt, but that's pretty much it. Not find him. That was just a misplay though. I mean, he was waiting to get the Vendetta strike off rather than just using the Impale to follow up the stun he wants. But the thing is, that's a lingering thing. Even when you get stunned, the Sandstorm lingers, and I guess he just thought that he would have enough time to hit and use the Impale, but that was great. That was great.
And M19 is slowly vanishing Empire for walking alone, and it's actually quite fun, but Misha is a pure magnet for all kinds of trouble, yet he's surviving every time.
Alright, let's see. Shadow goes in. We have a Shadow more coming down. We have Misha going in. Looks like they will be able to get a kill on the face of spot before anything happens. So the Shadow Jump has very good positioning, but let's see now Zeus takes this. Taken away, forcing himself to safety, but he will not be safe for too long. Let's see, do they get it? Do they get it? Do they find? Oh, he gets a TP out! What? The Dragon Tails almost hit him. And Misha, the sneaky boy, finally gets punished, so 2-for-1 trade-off. I mean,
he lived a long and happy life. He got Sling Dagger, he should be grateful. But finally, great fight for Empire without Chronosphere setup. It's really hard for M19 to fight against Empire. Yet there is no snakes, but there is a Dragon Knight up with the Dragon form. But, well, only the high ground left, and here we are facing another problem for Empire. How are you planning to go high ground against Zeus, Quop, Sand and Void?
Well, the issue for M19 is that it takes them ages before they start doing damage to towers, but like I said, I mean, Actually, both sides. Like, how do you push against both sides? Like Aquawarden high ground defense versus Aquawarden and Nyx with an Agnes eventually versus Zeus and Queen of Pain and like AA and Sanking. This is one of those 100-minute games for sure. Oh, deny him. Ghost, they kill your friend. Just put him out of his misery.
Oh, that was a good attempt.
Debated.
Oh, the front wings.
It was a debate. He's trying to bait him. Nah, he's not trying. Swing and a miss. Well, Sanking is going to be able to not secure a kill on Roger there. Roger just sneaking himself around, staying alive. He almost has a Hood of Defiance on Roger as well, which is not that surprising an item. I like that item on the Nyx because the Nyx is always a useful hero in the fights as long as you can survive to use multiple mana burns and whatnot, so Hood of Defiance seems logical. It's maybe a little bit greedy as a support hero, but it makes sense, and you can upgrade it to a pipe just so you can help your team as well survive, so it does seem fairly useful.
Yeah, Dragonaut is not kind of a hero who would finish his pipe, he got Hood for survivability.
He just wants a Hood. It's like, yeah, screw you team, I don't want to upgrade this item. You can get your own stats.
No.
And
if
whatever.
you need survivability, don't mess with me. Do it yourself. Good luck, team.
Don't ping me. Ping yourself.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Problem here that Chappie was left completely alone, and he almost managed to finish his Yolne, but we haven't seen him single time in a fight yet going in. Yes, Kronos here and all this kind of stuff is scary.
Oh, going for... Oh, that... Why the Ice Cone Man, though? Why do they all hate him? And now LTW is, well, at least thinking about going on the Clockwork, trying to punish him, getting a kill in return, but unless he wanted to commit the Kronos here, that would not have been an easy kill, and... I'm not sure if that would have been worth it. Shadow Shaman ends up dropping down in the base, getting a TP out, but it's just not going to be good enough. He will die regardless.
He and the Desperate need some kind of a Gleam Escape. Everybody needs some kind of a magical resistance, and HP won't really help much. And let's take a look what Panic actually gets. He almost finished his BKB, also he almost
asking the Ice Cone Man to end the Shadow Shaman to have Glimmer Keeps. You are evil, sir. How can you ask? Oh, actually, the Shadow Shaman can buy that, so never mind. Yeah. But the Ice Cone Man, how can you even ask him that?
That's actually a very sad game for Ancient Operation.
He has a magic stick, though. Got a magic stick.
Yeah. And Clarity and Windlace, so life is not that bad.
With all big charges, that's like roughly 900 HP, so he's getting that. He's getting that.
I mean, I see some tools for Shadow Shaman to defend himself. At least he can be like, "You're a chicken!" Like here. Yeah, things are quite good, but defending yourself against Nyx and Clockwork, meh, not that kind of a possible idea for Ancient Operation. Question is what we will see on him. Next item, some people are going Desperate, going Midas and straight into Aghanim Scepter. Probably could have been a great idea. They got a decent setup with Faceless Void plus Build. Chappie was still next on his list. Oh, hating Illusion so much.
Well, you get the experience from killing the illusion, so if you have the ability to kill it without using like half of your HP to do it, then you might as well. And good amount of, you get like 180 bounty or something like that, and you also get experience. So yeah, why not? They get the T1 tower find in the bottom lane. They TP into the top area. They want to maybe try and set up for something, but we have the Roger Nyx assassin scouting out the situation. We have the Zeus going for his ultimate, realizing that Roger was up here for a moment, so they're not going to be hit by a sneaky gank in the top lane. Nothing is going to be happening, and that is going to be the end of the situation. As Roger, he's actually going back forward. Well, he scouts out LTW. LTW is trying to go for the BKB next. Doesn't want to finish the Milner just yet. I mean, magic immunity is going to be necessary on both sides, like you said earlier, so...
Nyx! Oh, Chappie's hitting on him.
Going on him. Nyx. Pain, suffering, much suffering, and that is going to be Roger getting the kill on the suit. Ice Blast comes out on the Nyx assassin. Roger gets the Sonic Wave in the face, and now Ghostly is going to be the next one on the mini. Tries to the TP out, but the bar strike comes out from Legion, not letting that happen. LTW almost messing that kill up just because he wanted to play ultra safe, but in the end, Misha comes in and saves the day. And in the back lines, well, Funnick was like, I'm hunting someone else, guys. And then he's like, team.
It's like, you know, the Enchantress line. Oh, I'm a predator. And then Chappie being like, nope, you're not.
And now Mipashka is like, next on the menu. One more. Well, at least he's doing work with the blink. It's like, I have a blink, oh my god. Don't mess
actually,
with
why
me.
not? Chappie finally got his slots. He is hitting quite hard. Puts the travel up on him. Ice Blast, but they don't really care about this. Here comes another back of creeps. There is no Chronosphere. Zeus Ult is up, but there is no Sonic Wave. They will take the tier 2 and run away. They don't really care about this kind of thing.
Radiant's top tower is falling.
We'll see. Net worth wise, we can see that there's a 6k lead on the side of Empire, 4,000 experience lead. Chappie is actually ramping up a lot of gold. He's sitting on 15,000 net worth lead, 4,000 gold ahead of the Faceless Void. Mjolnir has completed, Travel Boots is up and running, so he's getting into that dangerous territory. He's going for the Hurricane Pike before he wants to go for the Bloodthorn, but at some point he's going to be at that Bloodthorn level, and that is when the Archon really just becomes a menace to deal with. The split push becomes insane. The what's called the pickoff potential with the illusion just on its own is going to become insane. So I'm kind of getting scared for M19. Like, we've seen some good pickoffs based on the Shadow Shaman's movements. We've seen the Nyx Assassin be very annoying in terms of making a lot of scouting information happen, and the thing is, your Archon is what's called your A is not scaling, right? He's not scaling, he's not getting anything. So you need to rely on the 4 that keep doing a lot of work, and it's getting difficult. They have BKBs, so they need to use these BKBs to establish some sort of advantage, because, you know, BKBs is only so useful as you have a lot of seconds left on them. Whereas the Arc Warden, he doesn't really care that much. You know, he will chip at you with illusions. He can make you waste BKB charges and whatnot. So might as well try and use them while they are strong and not wait.
Now what's another issue I see for M19, that all this time they were taking fights 4 versus 5. Chappie was farming somewhere in the jungle. He's on top of a network. He got a Boots of Travel. He's ready to split push. He's actually already doing it. Tier 3 on bottom, drops almost to half of an HP, and Roche comes for Empire. Do they really want it? There's a Chronosphere, there's a Sonic Wave.
130 HP down on the bottom lane, and that's just Chappie, and that's like before he has any damage, I think.
Oh my god!
Push back on the Faceless Void, he gets combos done perfectly. Now he goes like trying to chase something more, he will end up dropping down to the burst damage. The Shadow Shaman also dropping down. We have Ben jumping forward, getting the kill on the Ice Cone man, and well, Muriel ends up dropping down 2 for 2 so far, not looking as bad as it kind of looked like for M19 for a second there. Oh, Nyx maybe asking for a little bit too much here. He does have the Spike Carapace available, he's going to go for the stun as well. He goes on to Roger, he's actually turning around, but I mean, that's only so much you can do as a Nyx position for trying to kill the enemy's safe lane, well, quote-unquote safe lane carrier, right? And Roche will be taken down in the meantime from Empire, so they 60 teams for the DK.
I mean, it was, I think, even though you may say that it was some kind of a feed, but Roger but a lot of time for Empire. Yeah, that's what's actually called space, because FN and Chappie meanwhile managed to burst down. Roche get Aegis actually on Dragonite, and FN made an amazing initiation on Ulti, and time for Faceless Void to probably think about something else than BKB. We already saw what happened once they initiated on FN.
And FN needs to be careful, he does have a BKB for 3 more seconds, and he definitely using it.
Oh, funny.
Goes in, and that is a very deep Queen of Pain initial. No, Clockwork, sorry. My bad. BKB for funny. Clockwork ends up going in. Sniper away. The Aqua being found and killed as well. And now the tank is going to be the next one. Maybe take it down, but no. Nyx Assassin Roger, he cannot get it off. He cannot punish Misha getting that last spell, the last hit, anything off. That's just not going to be happening. And M19, off the back of just chasing away and forcing FN to use the BKB, means that they just get a kill after kill after kill.
And that's the problem for Empire. They managed to win the Roche fight as soon as they bursted down ILTV.
It's so awkward. It's like he used the BKB just because he didn't want to waste the Aegis, and then he ends up losing 3 teammates. So it's like, might as well let the Aegis go, and then my team wouldn't have. At least the team would have been able to like take a fight afterwards, because then we would have been full HP with the BKB. But in the end, it was very awkward. Also, the ghost initiation was also just weird. It's like just leave the DK. I mean, if he dies, then at least he has Aegis. But you know, there's no point going into a lost fight in the beginning. Chappie was just at the wrong place at the wrong time.
Yet he finished his Dragon Lance, he still remains on top of the net worth, yet it's pretty sad, I believe, that Dragon Knight managed to catch up in top, even though he doesn't have that much tools. Aquaden, plus there's Midas, there's Mjolnir and Illusion, and FN is really close.
I have no idea how FN is catching up. He doesn't even have a... Like, he has 0 5-man items. He has a hood, a BKB, a blink. Like, the only item you can call a farming item would be the Sanjin and Yasha. And that's just like tankiness, whatever item, not necessarily like a quote-unquote farming item. So the fact that he's sitting on this much net worth is very surprising. Even the Faceless Void has farming items. Mask of Madness and Mjolnir gives you a lot of jungle potential, but apparently not good enough. Now bottom lane, we see Roger once again in a very sad situation. Well, you gotta try for something once in a while. TP out, not going to be happening. We see the DK popping in his ultimate form. They saw him and they're going to be chasing for him in the meantime. Falkirk goes in the back line. It's not really going to be able to get... Oh, he's like always the ice code, man. But it's not going to be happening this season. Academy comes out, Ghost is going to be targeted down, he's taking so much damage. The burst coming down, and Murray, he's sitting there with a Shadow Amulet, but he will be taken down regardless.
Oh my god,
The Chrono comes out, Ulti W tries to focus down, he gets Ghosty killed, he gets himself away from there. In the meantime, Ulti W tries to go for TP out now, but he gets jumped up to... Oh, so close!
That was another direction, yet it was an amazing turn by the Empire, yet Chronosphere, a couple of millimeters away on the FN. It could have been a different fight.
That was one tree lower, and he would have had him. That was scary close, but either way, a fairly even fight. I mean, you know, 3 for 3.
Here comes
The thing is about even fights though. You have one BKB on the DK, which is sure the BKB on the DK is important, but you have a BKB on the Queen of Pain, which is getting very low, 7 seconds right now. You have a BKB on the Faceless Void, which has been used multiple times. Tier 3 on the bottom and has been taken out, meaning that the shrines will slowly start being chipped at. Thanks to Mr. Chappie, just, you know, Arco, no one likes it. And now he's going for the Bloodstone. This is the point where he becomes truly scary. Like, if you thought he was scary now, then once the Bloodstone is completed, you will know the true story.
Ready, so Roger. Then he actually goes for Force Stab, this kind of item we would quite a bit. Yet nothing new. There is an Aether Lens and actually that was so weird. Did no one pick up the gem? Because Funnick lost it in the fight on the bottom and Empire completely ignored it.
I don't think anyone cares about gems in this game. It's like I get 1 kill, I look for next kill.
Well, okay, so here comes the 5-man smoke, just a simple 5-man Zeus up with Agadam Sept available, Priestport, and now he's going for Boots of Travel, probably to defend his high ground just in time.
Looks like they're not really going for any smoke moves or anything like that. They're just trying to de-wall the jungle in case there's anything here. They do have that Acronyms on the Zeus, which was actually doing a lot of work last fight. I mean, if you get a good Nimbus put in any place, then you can do a lot of work. And when he's level 20, you can go for that mini stun as well, which makes the Nimbus Bolt do so much work, so much mini stun. It's very annoying. And now in the meantime, we have a smoke gun coming out from the side of Team Empire, but have to move into the jungle to do this, and the smoke is almost running out, so they're choosing to wait, and I don't think M19 will move from this spot until they see someone. They will go for it. They will see them. They will see everything.
I mean, that was some kind of a blind smoke from the side of an Empire. When you're playing against Zeus, it's really hard to get a vision advantage. So I don't know.
You know, they got a ward down, and
yeah, but I
guess, you know,
it will be dewatered almost immediately. It feels like, yet I'm not sure if Nyx really wants to go on any kind of a scary high grounds, especially when your shrine on top lane is falling down.
Yep, the shrine will be taken down. That's the second shrine drop. Well, actually, the bottom shrine is still up, but that will be taken down very soon. The Mjolnir is now up on the Dragon Knight as well, so his damage output is going to be insane. Lots of attack speed, lots of lightning coming out everywhere. And when the Daedalus is up and running on top of that, killing heroes like the Zeus, the Queen of Pain is going to be a piece of cake. The Queen of, what's it called, the Arc Warden does have the Orchid flying out now, I believe, so it's getting scary. Pipe on the next assassin. The Clockwork is also having a bit of Defiance with for BKB himself as well. So lots of magic resistance, and now they go in. They get initiation onto the faces. Why do they have enough stuns? And yes, they do. They bring him down 80 seconds on the sidelines. Funnick gets hook shot up. Do they have enough damage to bring him down? No, they do not. They get forced out down onto the low ground. They're still chasing for Funnick. They want to get this kill, but they're going to be chasing for someone else in the meantime. Dual Scepter on the Dragon, keeping him in place. And, well, they wanted Funnick, but at least they forced out a BKB, and now they're going to go for the high ground push. As no Funnick BKB, no Faceless Void, unless he commits the buyback. Let's see. They go in. Ice Blast comes out, doing a little work onto FN. He does still have the BKB available. They got the tier 3 tower. And let's see, do they keep on Chabby? Chabby doesn't care. He's like, fight me. Fight me.
There's still no buyback. Oh, here it comes. Time to back up for Empire. Will he able to catch someone? Ghosting, sacrificing himself to save his teammates. BKB, and the only one he's getting is Roger. It feels like Ghosting, meanwhile, tipping out. What? Ghosting survived this, and the only one who's dying from side of Empire is Roger. Wow.
Well, wow. Costly fight for the side of M19. They lost the Melarax, they lost the tier 3 tower, they lost the buyback on the Void, and again, more BKB charges being used previous to the fight on the Queen of Pain and in the fight from the Void, and you get a Nyx. That's very, very disheartening. That is not something you're satisfied with, and they're 15,000 net worth behind now. The Arc Warden will be very close to finishing that, or what's it called, Bloodfellow. He only needs about 500 more gold. The Daedalus will be up soon from the Dragonite. Roshan is going to be up in 2 minutes. So if the Roshan gets claimed by Empire, I feel like this is a position where they can actually just say, bye-bye M19, your win streak will end. But M19, they have something left in them. They need to try and move out. They need to go for a smoke angle of their own. They need to try and make a move and use the next chrono on their terms rather than using it reactively when they get jumped, because it's not working out right now.
And really M19 needs to be very careful. There is no buyback on Void, and without the key Chronosphere, it's really hard to beat Empire. They're going for Shadowblade on Void. This may have been a pleasant surprise for Empire. Roche is still not up. M19 are completely another part of the map. Roche may be up in 1 minute.
Alright, let's see. Zeus Ultimate once again scouting out the fact that there's no one showing. So they are very good at using that Zeus Ultimate for scouting information, and the thing is, I mean, sure, it's a lot of damage that you're not having in a team fight, but honestly, between all the BKBs, the hoods, and the pipes on the side of Empire, I don't really think you care too much about having the Zeus Ultimate as a damage tool in the fight. You really just want to make sure that you can use it to set up a good fight always, and to stop the Empire lineup from being able to make these sneaky smoke moves. But without the ultimate being available, Shadow Shaman, he's holding a smoke, and looks like they're ready to go. They go for a 5-minute smoke. This is going to be a smoke on smoke action. Let's see what happens. Misha is going to move in. He tries to get something jumped, and hookshot comes out onto 2 people. This is a big hookshot from Ghostic. Can he get the follow-up he needs? As that's going to be lift up on Misha. Misha gets taken down instantly. In the meantime, FN goes in, goes for the initiation, tries to go for Funny. Funny is going to be super low, survives, but he needs to get out. LTW knows that mana for Chronos here, and now LTW will be picked off, drops down, ends up dying. The long-range shackles from Miposhka, 3 dead on the side of M19. This is the disaster that you wanted to avoid, and now they will be run down. Ice Cone Man.
That's a -4 and no buyback. There is a Dragon. Oh,
and
GG.
it's the Ice Cone Man who's the last one. Like, we should have known it would have been the Ice Cone Man. We should have known.
Well, according to the amount of depth in the very beginning, it's pretty hard to predict. Get 2 predictions correct. Yay! Actually, exactly 9 kills happened, so that's a small gang. And wow, 21 minutes in game, Empire managed to give space to Choppy to pick up his items.
Last player to be killed was... Wait, what?
I think it's quite random because...
LTW? That's not the last player who died. I saw an 8